popular works for choirs because it simply contains more choruses and more choir singing than any other oratory that he wrote and that most other composers wrote. So there's not a lot of sitting around for a choir listening to arias compared with some of his other music. It contains an enormous variety of interest, word painting. He's dealing with men of war, he's dealing with frogs and flies and locusts, all in a very picturesque and vivid way. He also has a very serene pastoral scene when the flutes come in, when he led his people forth like sheep. And it finishes with the horse racing chorus, "The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea," a kind of triumphal conclusion for the people of Israel in their defeating Egypt, having divided the Red Sea. And the momentum of that chorus is extremely vivid. As happened from time to time in music of Handel's day, Handel himself was guilty of a certain amount of plagiarism in borrowing, shall we say politely, the music of other composers, usually not very well known, and adapting them to his own ends rather more successfully than the composer's original efforts. This happened quite a few times, and he uses other composers, 3 or 4 other composers in Israel, in Egypt. But the chances of being hotly pursued by composers who were going to accuse him of plagiarism were far, far less than they are if he'd been doing the same thing these days. And I think it went both ways. I think Handel borrowed from some composers and other composers probably borrowed from Handel. But the overall work is emphatically a triumphant piece of Handel's writing and one of the most dramatic that he produced. The Royal Choral Society will be performing the work with the 6 soloists and the period piece orchestra, the London Handel Orchestra, in Southwark Cathedral. A very beautiful setting for music of this size and calibre. And it'll take place on the 24th of July at 7:30 in the evening.